Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham, alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. A lot to talk about today. Of course, baseball headed to the regional portion of the postseason. Auburn hosting a regional, actually getting a number 4 overall seed in the tournament. So if they can win the regional, they will be hosting the Super Regionals. First time maybe a Super Regional has ever been hosted at Plainsman Park. That could be a very, very cool thing. Auburn got a great opportunity to make the World Series this year. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that on Friday. We'll talk about that a little bit, maybe a Braves segment we'll squeeze in. The college football playoff got some new seeding opportunities. That's going to be interesting to see how that has kind of changed things. But some Auburn, kind of some breaking news as we come on the air today. Auburn gets a commitment in basketball from a forward from Serbia. Filip Jovic.
Okay.
6'9" kid, 20-year-old. I'd been playing professionally over there overseas for a couple of years, so he's a 20-year-old forward, 6'9". I think he averaged, in 27 games last season, he averaged 12.3 points, 4 boards, and shot 57% from the field. So he's kind of the last piece of that front court. And there's still one spot open. Today is the day. Tahad Pettiford has until the end of today to make the decision. Is he coming back or is he going to the NBA? There seems to be some optimism from Auburn that he is coming back, but I don't think anything's official quite yet.
Not yet, or at least not that I've heard.
Not to the beginning of this show anyway. So hopefully that will happen. We'll certainly get confirmation on that one way or the other today. But if
it comes down to
came back, that'd be a really good thing.
And we always break it down to like, well, if he's going to be a second round, is he going to be late first? Is he teetering on that line? Is he going to be a lottery pick? Blah 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 blah. Ultimately, what it comes down to with any of these players, where do they see themselves next year? Right. And if they believe that I'm going to be in the NBA next year, then they're going to stick. Because
it depends on how much money is going to be in that contract. Where are you going? Are you going to be in the G League or are you going to be?
But again, that's the thing, right? You go I've seen projections you in the middle of the second round. That's G League stuff. That's But then he's like, yeah, but I've talked to scouts who tell me I'm middle of the first round. Yeah. So it doesn't. If you had a crystal ball, if you knew exactly, then you could make that argument. But it's hard to make that argument if they're hearing different things.
Yeah, it's true. So what and Bruce even brought up, the order of the draft. Who gets, wins the lottery and what teams need in specific teams. If it happens to be a team that needs a guard, or doesn't, or is interested in a small guard. So you got different teams with different needs, and that kind of thing can play a role in it as well. So one way or another, we'll find out.
And then there's what you have to overcome, right? And can you overcome it? So here's my question: is he going to grow 2 inches in another year?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if the only downside to your game is your size, that's not going to improve with another year of college.
Right.
So that probably plays a part in it as well.
Yeah. We mentioned Randy and Brett talked about this yesterday, but unfortunately, in the men's golf team, their pursuit to win back-to-back national championships. They made it to the final 8, which was match play at the beginning of that. They had a matchup. They were the number 2 seed, had a matchup with the 7 seed Virginia, which is, oddly enough, the same matchup that it was last year in the first round of match play. Auburn was able to win it last year, went on to win and defeat Florida State for the national championship. They fall to Virginia yesterday in the first round of match play, 3-2. So, very disappointing, I'm sure. But when you're talking about the top programs in the country, it's going to be very stiff competition. Just because it's a 7 seed doesn't mean Virginia's not really good, doesn't have really good players, and is a really good team. So, unfortunately, Auburn coming home earlier, much earlier than they would have liked, but nonetheless, it kind of is what it is. This happens every year. Athlon puts out anonymous quotes from SEC coaches about other teams. This is always it's kind of fun. Some of them, a lot of times you'll get some, because it's anonymous, you'll get some pretty loaded or pretty kind of heavy quotes. This time, not so much. But, interesting nonetheless. So I'll read some of these. You tell me what you think, and maybe we predict who said it.
Okay.
Okay.
Are these head coaches?
It just says SEC coaches. I'm thinking it's probably, it may be some head coaches, but I'm thinking it could be any position coach.
I got you. Okay.
All right, number 1 here. Anonymous quotes put forth by Athlon Sports about your Auburn Tigers. Watch out here. They finally have a quarterback who can run Freeze's system. And they've done some really impressive work in the portal. They're not an elite team by any stretch, but this is the most complete roster Freeze has put together since he got here.
Sounds like Lane Kiffin.
Okay, I can see that. They're not elite by any stretch. Yeah,
well, I don't think you would look at the roster and call it elite. They're you got to stack 3, 4, 5 recruiting classes on top of each other to get to elite. But it sounds. I could see Lane just kind of off the cuff. Hey, watch out here. They got a quarterback who can run the system. Not elite by any stretch, but
what
good roster.
What does that say to you that outside people are looking at Jackson Arnold saying, "Hey, this guy may be the real deal"?
Well, we know he can run a little bit, and we know he can throw, right? So, the problems he's had are, we could go through it over and over again. The Oklahoma offense, was it the coordinator? Was it the style? Was it his deficiencies? We can go through that, whatever it is, but I think you're gonna wind up with he's certainly the tangibles are there.
Right. All right, quote number 2. They finally have a quarterback. It sounds familiar. I think they were in the same room. They finally have a quarterback, honestly. Arnold is not a world beater. There again, you always have to qualify it. Arnold is not a world beater. You can rattle him. But he's a day 1 upgrade, and the receiving room is really deep. The Georgia Tech kid, Eric Singleton, is a legit baller and a big get.
Yeah, legit baller. All right, I don't see like Sam Pittman using the words legit baller. Okay,
no,
that's not. Sam Pittman's not saying that. No. And I'm just sticking with head coaches here. Okay. I'm gonna go with Brian Kelly on that one.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like.
But you have to put his Louisiana accent on it. A legit baller.
Yeah. Again, 2 guys, don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they're separate teams. Both looking at Jackson Arnold saying, man, they finally have a quarterback.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt it's an upgrade over what they've had. There's no question to that. I mean, whether he works out or not, he may come out and just, wet the bed.
Is this more of a shot at Peyton Thorne than it is a?
I don't think it's a shot. Peyton Thorne wasn't good. I mean, for 2 years, Peyton Thorne wasn't good.
Well,
so is it a shot to say he wasn't good?
Well, I mean, it's still a shot to call him out basically and say he's no good in public.
We've been saying it for 2 years on this show, Andy.
Yeah, but it's one thing for us to say it. I mean,
it's not a shot. If you're telling the truth, it's not a shot. Right?
Okay. All right. That's I'll take it.
I mean, God bless Peyton Thorne, college athlete, been starting quarterback in major college football. But for the last 2 years, running that system and that offense, it was not good.
That is not above. That is not beyond defense there for sure. All right, this offense is going to be better, and that's going to help that defense a lot more. Durkin's done a really good job with these guys, and it's what's kept them in a lot of their games last year.
That's a Kirby Smart sounding quote. It's really going to help their defense. Offense is going to be better.
Yes.
But it's really going to help their defense.
Oh, yeah, it's all about the defense.
Yeah,
really.
got to be.
Love that Durkin guy.
Yeah.
And then finally, I think this is a turnaround year for these guys. They're definitely bowling.
Okay. They're definitely bowling. Now, that's a controversy we can talk about again.
I think this was Hugh Freeze. No.
Well, I'm thinking this is somebody who does not expect to make a bowl. So let's go with Lebby. I'll go with
this
Lebby
may be
on that
Sam
one.
Pittman too.
Could be Pittman. Yeah.
They're
definitely bowling.
They're definitely bowling. Yeah, I think it's a turnaround year. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Are you looking for a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC truck and a great deal? Check them out side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Take your choice of new Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off. Chevy and GMC heavy duty trucks discounted up to $7,000 off. People from all over the USA save at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. For all of your needs, commercial or residential, no jobs too big, no jobs too small. Contact them today, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Sensagreen, your carrier dealer, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's cool and clean. Call Sensagreen. And finally, Russell Do It Center. They got 9 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do It Center today. They can beat the big box store. All right, Steve chimes in and says, did I hear you correctly that a second round or greater NBA draft pick are G League bound? If that's true, Pettiford would be crazy not to return to AU if he is a first round pick. Is there such a thing as a guaranteed first round pick, or is it just scouting talk?
Well, let's start with this. There is no or greater. The NBA draft is 2 rounds.
Right.
So you're either a first-round pick or a second-round pick.
And it's not guaranteed if you're a second-round pick you're going to the G League. I mean, obviously,
That's right.
You could be underrated and come in and perform extremely well, but
Here's basically the way it works. A first-round pick in the NBA draft gets a 4-year rookie scale contract, okay? The first 2 years are fully guaranteed.
oh, yeah.
The teams have the option on years 3 and 4. They can sign for 80 to 120% of their respective rookie scale figure, which is determined by the NBA based on the salary cap. For a second-round pick, they're not subject to the same salary restrictions. They often sign contracts with less guaranteed money or often no guaranteed money. You could be, in other words, if you're cut, you're just out of a job.
Right.
And a lot of second-round picks may sign 2-way contracts that allow them to play in the NBA and the G League. Similar to in baseball, if you're in AA and you get called up for a couple of weeks and you get sent back down, right? So second round, you can wind up in the G League. You can wind up on a 2-way. You can wind up out of a job, but you have no guaranteed contract or less guaranteed money or no guaranteed money.
And the majority of people are projecting Pettiford to be a 35 to 40 type pick, which is in the second round.
Right.
So
that's where it is.
Yeah. And that makes, and now with NIL, you factor that in and coming back to college, you could be certainly guaranteed more money to come back to college than you could to go to the NBA if you're a late second round pick. So,
or the early mid second round pick, depending on how good you are. I mean, people are getting paid out there.
So it's a different world now. It's a different option than it used to be.
But again, I think it comes back to what are the teams telling you, right? You know, it's the old saying, all it takes is one team to fall in love.
That's true.
If there's one team that's picking 20th or 21st, and their scouts talking to you like, look, man, you ain't making it to 23. You know what I mean? Then in your mind, you're going, hey.
I know something you don't.
That's right.
So
now that's obviously not a contract.
All right. Yeah, there are no handshake deals.
No.
So, yeah. Okay. The college football playoff making some changes, JJ. And I, look, apparently Greg Sankey maybe is saying some cryptic things about. So we may start seeing, college football take some major changes in the next little bit, in a year or two. Who knows? But nonetheless, the playoff going to straight seeding. If you win your conference, you are guaranteed a spot in the playoff.
That's right.
But you are not guaranteed a bye.
Right.
And Luke and I, again, talked about this last night, but if you look at last year's playoff, the first 12-team playoff, how would this new seeding have affected it? Well, the 4 teams with the bye last year, you had the 1-seed Oregon, the 2-seed Georgia, 3-seed Boise State, 4-seed Arizona State. If you applied the new straight seeding, it would have been number 1 seed Oregon, number 2 seed Georgia, number 3 seed Texas, number 4 seed Penn State.
Much more deserving of those top 4 seeds. With all due respect to Boise and Arizona State, but you didn't belong in the top 4.
Right. And the first round matchups would have been maybe more competitive. I don't know.
Well,
it doesn't claim that it would be as far as the bookies are concerned, but you got to think Boise State and Indiana would be a better game.
Very competitive game. I think that's actually an interesting game, right? Whereas Indiana and Notre Dame really was not. And I know Indiana people, well, we only lost by 10. Well, I know, but you scored 2 garbage touchdowns late.
Yeah.
You were basically hammered in that game.
Yeah.
Look, Arizona State and Ohio State's still going to be a blowout.
Right.
Could Clemson hang with Notre Dame? I think they might could have hung with Notre Dame last year.
Yeah.
Notre Dame just not explosive offensively. SMU and Tennessee. Tennessee again. Tennessee wasn't a juggernaut last year offensively, so maybe SMU hangs around and has a chance to do something.
Well, oddly enough, the 2 biggest winners in the new straight seeding would have been Oregon and Tennessee. Tennessee doesn't have to go to Ohio State first round. They get to host SMU, and Oregon doesn't have to play Ohio State in the second round. They get the winner of Boise, Indiana.
Biggest loser is Texas because they got Clemson and Arizona State last year, whereas they would get Ohio State. But listen, it's the way it should have been all along. You're guaranteed entry with your conference championship and your group of 5, highest rated. And then you seed them. Plus, it gives the committee who's seeding, and I know some people don't believe in this, but I do, it gives them a chance to manipulate a little bit one spot up or down to give you the best matchups or avoid like a three-peat or something, But because ultimately, the goal of the committee is to give us the best television product they can. Mm-hmm. That should be what the goal of college football. Give us the best game you can give us.
Up against another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Give us a call, 256-234-6221, if you've got any thoughts on any of the things that we talk about or you'd like to bring up a new subject. We are brought to you always by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, a great place to get some tremendous food in the Montgomery and Auburn area. They have a wide variety of wines, great selection, different kinds of meats, ribs, steaks, steak burgers, Conecuh burgers, a little bit of everything there. The food is absolutely tremendous. They got daily lunch specials. Go to their website, And check those out, steaksinwine.com, steaksinwine.com, just the letter N there. Again, they're great people. It's a wonderful business. 2 locations, Montgomery and Auburn. Go and check them out. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Your Atlanta Braves, JJ, 25-28.
Yep.
They just cannot stand success for some reason.
Well, all right. It's baseball. You're going to have cooling off periods.
True.
But it's a bad time to be 1-5 in your last 6, right?
Yeah.
And Snicker is taking it right to the jaw out there on Twitter, and MLB Twitter is not being kind to Brian Snicker right now.
Right. What could he have done differently?
Well, here's my question. Somebody could probably look this up. I'm sure I would like to know, in Brian Snicker's entire tenure with the Atlanta Braves, what is their average with runners in scoring position? Or what is their number in terms of getting runners in scoring position across? And where does it compare to other teams?
Right.
Because it's been an ongoing thing for me for 3 or 4 years that, you got runners on second and third with 1 out, and you don't get 1 in. And that is, or a runner on second, lead off double, and then you get 2 strikeouts and a fly ball. Like, that it drives me nuts. And
got to get the run across.
You got to get the run across. Brian Snicker, being a 30-year guy under Bobby Cox, you would think would be an ABC baseball kind of guy, but he's not. Go up there and take your hacks. Okay, I'm glad you're hitting all these home runs, but can we get the damn run across? That is really the key. And it's frustrating to watch a team with the bats that they have get beat 2-0, 1-0, 2-1, 3-2.
The offense has been bad the last 2 weeks.
5-6 games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
but it's
bad.
and on and off bad throughout his tenure, right? And I would love to know what the Braves under Snicker, you take his entire tenure, even the World Series year, their efficiency in run scoring with runners in scoring position versus the rest of the league. I'd love to see that number.
Maybe you can ask Chat GPT during the break. And
he
could probably come up with it.
But it's just, and it's so frustrating to watch because there are bats there to get runs across. There are guys. I saw a quote by Chipper Jones the other day. Somebody asked him what he thought of the kind of new trends in baseball. He said he hates it, absolutely hates it. He said, he goes, I don't understand. If you got a runner at second, why you're not hitting a ground ball to the right side to move him to third? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's not sexy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's we go back to.
And this is a guy who averaged 300 from both sides of the plate. So you can play that way and still be a career 300 hitter.
Yeah. Well, it's like everybody wants to, there was a time, I guess, but nobody wants to focus on, getting 3,000 hits anymore. Everybody wants to have 500 home runs. 3,000 hits is Hall of Fame too.
Oh yeah,
you can be a doubles guy.
Yeah,
and you can be a singles guy.
Where do the Atlanta Braves rank, say, the last 3 years in number of sacrifice bunts per season compared to other teams?
Do we sacrifice ever?
I mean, that's my question. You see where I'm going? I'm going with this?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Because
every time I see somebody go up to bunt, they pop it up.
Yes, we can be the highest scoring team in baseball if everybody gets hot and we're hitting home runs. But that's the only time.
Yeah.
And we have no ability to move runners, to put the ball in play when it needs to be in play, to bunt a guy over when we need to bunt a guy over. There are times in the 7th inning of a game, yes, you have a chance to take the lead. You know what? But with nobody out, if I move this guy at second over to third, I can get him in on a sac fly and tie the game.
Braves are in a dangerous place right now. They're 9.5 back.
I'm going to call it right now, Andy. This is Brian Snitker's final year at the helm of the Atlanta Braves.
Is that right? Because they don't make the playoffs?
You can call it whatever you want to call it. Early retirement or late retirement or whatever it is. He's an older guy anyway.
He is an older guy.
It will be his final year at the helm.
Interesting. 9.5 back. So of the Phillies now who have taken over the lead in the East. So the Braves got 2 more with the Phillies. Smith-Shaver going today and Sale going tomorrow.
2 great opportunities for wins. If you score a damn run.
I mean, Stryver comes back, throws a gem, and they can't even, but anyway.
Or, how about, you think he feels bad. Ronald comes back first 2 games and puts 2 out of the park.
Yeah.
And we can't win
First
games.
pitch.
Yeah.
Coming back, Ronald Acuna puts one 467 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. Welcome back, Ronald. The batting average is not good at all, but nonetheless, it's that tell you all you need to know. The leading hitter's Drake Baldwin, the backup catcher.
Yeah.
Right now. So, but anyway.
Smaller sample size, though. It's not really
is,
fair. Yeah.
Certainly, but yeah. Anyway. All right, Bray, you heard it here first. Snitker
will not be the Atlanta Braves manager.
Retiring, quote unquote, at the end of the year.
Or
retired.
It was Brian's decision 100%.
We got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Only a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all you out there being with us. Auburn into the NCAA baseball bracket. They are hosting a regional. They're the number 4 overall seed. They will take on Central Connecticut State on Friday, 6 o'clock on ESPN+. Stetson, the Hatters, and NC State also in the bracket as well. They'll play at 1 o'clock on ESPN+. But Central Connecticut State got they're 31-15 overall. Got one of the best hitters in all of, maybe the best hitter. He's batting .458.
Wow.
That ain't bad.
No.
So I don't care what kind of bat you got. That's a heck of an average. But Alabama, they're in the Hattiesburg bracket. You think Alabama got hosed?
I'm not one to complain about it. You're in the tournament. Go win some games.
That's right. Quite a few SEC teams scattered about.
Yeah.
Scattered about in the baseball playoffs here. Quite a few hosting as well. But Auburn, kind of got, like I said, they kind of got it set up here. Florida had they got off to a terrible start to the season. You had like Texas A&M, who was the number 1 team in the country preseason, doesn't even make the playoffs here. But Florida, I think they started out about as bad as Texas A&M. I don't think either one of them had won a game for like the first 3 or 4 series. But Florida battles back, one of the hotter teams in the country now. They got to a 38-20 overall record. They are in the Coastal Carolina bracket out in Conway, North Carolina. And so if, depending on how that one comes out, Florida could certainly win that, and they would be, if Auburn was able to win theirs, be coming to Auburn for a super regional. Either way, Coastal Carolina, or if they were to win that one, they would be coming to Auburn as well. So that could be an interesting kind of a second round, and you'd have a SEC on SEC battle. But anyway, any of these others matchups or any of these ones you look at and think, boy, okay, they got a great shot, or boy, they better watch out.
I think Arkansas obviously is in a pretty good position.
Yeah.
So
when you think about Kansas, you don't think about baseball.
You really don't. Or Creighton. Or North Dakota State.
That's true.
It would seem like Arkansas is in a pretty strong position there. As opposed to somebody like somebody like a Kentucky gets put in there with Clemson. You know what I mean? So,
Vanderbilt getting the number 1 overall seed. Again, Auburn took 2 or 3 from Vanderbilt because it was very early. I think it may have been the first series, first SEC series of the year. But they come back, win the SEC tournament. They're obviously on a very hot streak and have proven probably, they've earned it. They've got that reputation now.
I mean, LSU gets Little Rock, 24-32 on the season.
Yeah, high in New World. I mean.
Yeah, and then beyond that is Rhode Island and Dallas Baptist. I mean, you got to feel good about LSU.
Yeah, Dallas Baptist. I wouldn't sleep on them, but Rhode Island. There again, not something that you normally think of.
Those Dallas Baptists can play some ball. Is that what you're saying?
They can. It's like a Rice. You don't think about it, but they got a pretty good baseball program. There was one more I was thinking about. Of course, Tennessee got the 14 seed. Ole Miss, the 10 seed. Georgia Tech in that one. Georgia Tech's a pretty good team from the ACC. That was Florida State, Mississippi State is in that one. That is pretty much. There's all but 13 SEC teams made the postseason. So you're going to have a lot of matchups, no doubt, in the second round. 5 SEC teams made the top 8 in the golf. 5 SEC teams made the Women's College World Series. So the SEC is pretty much dominating every single sport that is out there, and I think that probably there is such a thing. Luke and I talked about that last night. There is definitely such a thing as SEC fatigue. And the country's got it, but you know what? It ain't gonna get anything but worse because these teams aren't certainly going to. Back away or
they're not folding up shop.
They're not folding up shop and going anywhere anytime soon. That's for sure. All right. Any other? That one again starts on Friday. So Georgia, the 7 seed. That was the other one I was thinking about. Georgia swept Auburn late in the year. Georgia's got a really good team. For Auburn to be a 4 seed and then for a 7 seed, that kind of speaks to Auburn's strength of schedule. That was number 1 in the country. So
always this is one of those things. In basketball, we see it. Strength of schedule means so much in terms of seeding and where we rank people. Baseball, we see it means so much in terms of. And in football, people don't want to consider it. So, well, they won all their games. Who'd they play? It does matter.
It does matter. That's for sure. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The offices on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Better buildings, better prices, better buildings of Columbus.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday afternoon. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Apparently, the SEC and the Big Ten may be trying to work out a scheduling deal where you get one non-conference game, maybe like a, Auburn ACC matchup in basketball. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm not opposed to it. I think they're not going to do that unless they get those guaranteed 4 spots in the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to risk an extra loss on an already difficult schedule.
No, I wouldn't think so. That's for sure. And Greg Sankey, again, he's doing, he's doing his job, and the Big Ten commissioner as well. All right, JJ, it is May the 28th on this day. After starting his career, 1951, the great Willie Mays began his career 0-12. But on this day, May 28th, he got his first hit, and it happened to be a home run in a 4-1 loss to the Boston Braves at the Polo Grounds.
So he busted out of that slump.
Yes, he did.
For the rest of his career.
And never looked back. Yeah, for sure. Happy birthday today, Jim Thorpe.
Still in the discussion as maybe the best American athlete of all time.
Played professional baseball, played professional football, and was a gold medal decathlete. So, yeah, he was pretty athletic. Ian Fleming, born on this day, 1908.
Interesting story. Ian Fleming, of course, wrote the James Bond novels. Ian Fleming was actually a spy in World War II, which is kind of where the books sort of took off from. There's an interesting old book. If you get a chance to find it, get the audio book if you want to, listen to it in the car or whatever. Interesting old book called The Man Who Never Was. And it's Ian Fleming didn't write it, but he's one of the characters in it. It's about an actual intelligence operation in World War II that Ian Fleming was a part of.
Really? Interesting. Also, another guy that was a spy in World War II that you wouldn't really think, Sorrel Book, Boss Hogg.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, how about that? Very brilliant guy. I think he spoke like 7-8 languages. But anyway, Boss Hogg, yeah, if you wouldn't think. But Ian Fleming, I didn't realize, died in 1964. Dr. No came out in 1962.
Never really got to enjoy the fruits of
but I didn't realize it, but Dr. No came out in 62. I think From Russia with Love came out in 63. And one more came out in 64. I think it was, I can't remember which one it was, but like the first 3. So think about maybe who? Nah, that was Roger Moore. So I'm thinking maybe Lee only lived twice, or I don't know. But anyway, what would he have thought? My goodness. Surely, this has been going on for 30, 40 years. What, are you kidding me?
50 years.
50 years?
Yep.
There's no way it would have been that. But anyway, Jerry West, the great Jerry West.
The logo.
Born on this day, 1938, actually died, of course, last year. Gladys Knight, not the Pips, but Gladys Knight, born on this day, 1944. She is still on that midnight train to Georgia. John Fogerty.
80 years old today. Is that hard to believe or what?
Wow. 1945. CCR and put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Ben Howland, born on this day. Coached those UCLA teams to the championship game, was a Mississippi State basketball coach as well, 1957. Kirk Gibson, the great Kirk
Will always be remembered for that home run.
Game 1, 1988 World Series against the A's. Off of Dennis Eckersley. Nobody saw it coming but the pinch hit. One of the maybe the greatest pinch hit of all time, right?
It could be.
That's just tremendous. Roland Gift.
I don't know who that is.
She drives me crazy.
Okay, singer for the Fine Young Cannibals.
Myself. Yes. Very unique guy, born in London, or born in England, Roland Gift. Fine Young Cannibals. Eugene Robinson was a safety for Green Bay. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to disparage his character, but I'm pretty sure this is the guy that the Atlanta Falcons brought over as a veteran leader to be the leader of the defense, and took them and led and was an integral part of leading them to the World Series.
Or to the Super Bowl?
And to the World Series, to the Super Bowl, and then was picked up for solicitation the night before the Super Bowl.
Wow. Well, these things happen.
These things. Armand Gillian.
Remember him?
I didn't realize he was dead.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Wow. Krista Miller, she played Kate on Drew Carey's show. I always thought she was rather fetching. Glenn Rice.
Pretty underrated player.
I'd agree.
He was a great player.
Carrie Wurr, actress. She was in Anaconda. I don't know.
Okay.
Kylie Minogue.
Yeah, singer.
She's on the Locomotion somewhere.
Yeah.
And Michael Orr.
The Blind Side.
There you go. Gonna wrap it up for us. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.